All right, students, if you wouldn't mind opening up your notebook to a clean sheet, title it. Title it Solving Basic Math Equations, please, and the date, February 2nd, 26. For now, just take notes on what I'm writing up here. Be talking to the whiteboard, but really I'm talking to you, right? First equation we're going to be dealing with is going to look like this. Right, 3 equals x minus 41. What class number is this? This one is E111. E111. First thing I want you to zone in on the equal sign. Okay, I want you to know that equal sign is always going to stay where it's at. X, that's a variable. That's what we're solving for. We need to isolate that. We need to get that X by itself. I have a negative 41 to the right side of the equal sign. I have an integer to the left side of the equal sign. I want to keep X where it's at. What am I going to do to that negative 41? To have it cancel out, or to have it reach 0. I'm going to add 41 to it, okay? Cancels out. Because a negative 41 and a positive 41 combined equals 0. And when I do to one side of the number line, I'm going to do to the other side. That's 41 will give you 0. I added 41 to this side. These don't exist anymore. They cancel out. The X drops by itself, right? It's a low, so it's going to drop by itself. It's going to stay to the right side of the equal sign. Now it's by itself. What I did to one side, I'm going to do to this other side. Plus 41. What does that give me? Add 3 to 41, what's your answer? 1, 42, 43, 44. That's what 44. Now we have, is x by itself? Sure. 44 equals x. This is now solved. Back in the day, they would ask us, I don't know if Mr. Moped is asking, back in the day, they'd ask us to square it up. Draw a box around our answer. Okay? He also wants you to check your work. He also wants you to check your work. So we're going to rewrite somewhere along the lines, write your check mark, circle it. Do you put the X first in all equations? You can. The thing with algebra is that it originally was taught to read from right to left. Here in America, we're taught to read from left to right. But because we know that it was originally taught to be read right to left, we can the position. So yeah, it could be X equals 44 or 44 equals X. We want to check our answer. That's a great question. We want to check our answer, right? So we're going to take what is 44 equal, or what is x equal? We're going to plug it in right here. So we're going to rewrite 3. Check our answers, right? We're going to write 3 equals 44 minus 41. Working with addition and subtraction here, right? And what do I notice about that 44? It's positive because there's an invisible plus sign. There's no negative in front of it. You have to stack these two up and write 44 minus 41 to figure out that it'll equal 3. That's fine. You can make little side notes like that. And therefore, does 3 equal 3? Sure it does. So our answer is true. We know our answer is true. With this one, 14 plus x equals 26. Doesn't matter how big or small the numbers are, guys. All that matters is that you know, that you understand the protocol, right? Like the steps. So again, I need you to focus on that equal sign because that's our balance beam, right? Everything's going to balance around that. Equal sign there. You see a variable, we have to isolate it, right? That's how I want you to think. We see this variable x, we have to isolate it. What are we going to start doing? The variable's already positive. It's not like we have to change that or anything. Start dressing this up. What do we see here? We see a 14. Is that positive or negative? Not negative, right? So we have a positive there. How about the 26? We have a negative in front of that? No, so it must be positive. In order to get that x by itself, we're going to take 14 away from it. Minus 14. Right? A positive 14 and a negative 14 is going to give you 0. Yes? 14 minus 14, you end up with 0. These cancel out. But what did that gentleman say in the video? What we do to one side of the equal sign, we do to the other. So we took negative 14 there, we'll apply it over here. Let's combine that. Alright, you could take your calculator, you could do it old school, or you could draw a number line. And you can combine a positive 26 and a negative 14. That's going to be a 2 here. 4 minus 6. I'm sorry. You take 6, you take away 4, it's 2. 1 from 1, 1. The what? Take 4 from 6, you get a positive 2. Take 1 from a positive 2, you end up with 1. So we rewrite our answer, yes? X, because it's by itself now. Drop it down there. X equals 12. That's solved now, but we haven't checked it. We gotta check it. Is that what you were referring to, young miss? Right there, the way it's written there, x equals 2. Yeah. It could be written both ways, yeah. And it just all depends on how you want to rearrange your algebraic equation. There's one example you showed up there that had a negative x, I think, and you saw the way he rearranged everything. You can do that. That's the beauty of math. Math is very dynamic, versatile. Adjusts to you, because even Coach Matt, would you agree that everybody a different way of solving math equations, has their own personal approach to it, but then at the end, you end up with the same answer, right?
Yeah, some people's minds work differently.
Right. So it's very like to show you different ways of doing it. Let's check our answer. Let's plug in. Let's rewrite this 14 plus, what did we say, x equals 12? Well, 14 plus 12 equals 26. When we combine these two numbers, we end up with positive 26 equaling another positive. Yeah, it works out well. It works out very well. Okay, I could be up there doing this all day long with y'all. Do me a favor and just do 3 through 12 on this worksheet. Don't do the back side, just 3 through 12. If you need to work in groups, that's fine, or with a partner. All right, for those of you that want to follow me, I'm on number 5. And the student has a question about number 5. It's written out this way: 45 minus x equals 32. All right, what might be confusing to some of you is that negative x. Because we don't want a negative x. We're not teaching you that right now. We're not teaching you how to work with negative x. And so in order to make that a positive variable, we can add a plus x here. And what we do to one side of the equal sign, we do to the other, right? And we can add x there. So now when we rewrite, does this negative x and that positive x cancel out like so? Now we can write it out like this: 45 equals 32 plus x. So that's how you want to rewrite it, like that. 45 equals 32 plus x. You want to rewrite it this way, so now it's more manageable for you. Here's our equal sign. Now we don't have to worry about our x being a negative variable, right? Now we can just simply recognize that that 32 is not a negative 32. There's an invisible plus in front of it, right? That 45 isn't a negative 45. There must be another invisible plus in front of it, yeah? Bring this further down. What is my prime objective on this right side of the equal sign? It's to isolate that x, right? To get that x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 32, and that cancels out, so you want to write it like that. Negative 32 to cancel out with that positive 32. Bring it to this side. What I do to one side of the equal sign, I'm going to do to the other, right? So I'll take that negative 32 and bring it to the left side of the equal sign. What does that give us? You take 2 from 5, you end up with 3. You take 3 from 4, you end up with 1. The bigger of the two numbers is positive, and that's a hint, right off the bat. It's a positive 13, right? So we have a 13 equals x. Now that x is isolated. 13 equals x. And then how do we check our work, right? Simple. Check our work by plugging in 13 equals x. Our variable here is 13. We're going to add it into the original equation. We're going to write 45 minus, what is x equal? 45 equals here, 32 plus, what is x equal here? 13. Right? And when we take that 13 and that 32 and we combine them together, we'll end up with 45. If you need to stack your numbers over here as a side note, work out your problem. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. It's true. 45 equals 45. Okay, for those of you that want to follow along, I'm on number 8. It's a little bit of a challenge. Let's see if we can work it out. is 80 minus x equals 54. All right, do you see how you balance beam, right? Balance beam center. Right? Negative variable. Right? Let's take the negative variable and add a positive variable. Number 8. Let's add a positive variable so that these cancel out. So what I do to one side of that negative side, I'll keep everything balanced and do the opposite. Because I added a positive variable and I added a positive variable to make my algebraic equation a linear equation. Yeah, keep it linear. Keep it one line. So when we rewrite, remember that there's a invisible plus in front of it, right? A invisible positive symbol. Rewrite it. We know that 54 is positive and 80 is positive because there are no negative symbols in front of it. So we keep true to that. In order to isolate this positive variable x, now it's positive, we can isolate it now. We'll just take that 54, turn it into a negative, so that they cancel out. When I do one side of the negative side, I have to do the other, I'm sorry, of the equal sign, I have to do the other side, which is subtract 54. When I do that, the bottom right, I end up with 10 minus 4, 7 minus 12 is 2. Which one's bigger, the positive or the negative? So my number is going to stay on the positive side of this number line, right? Positive side of the zero. 26 equals, we don't have to write plus x. We already know it's a positive x. We don't have to write plus x. We know it's a positive 26. How do we check our work? Well, make sure that we're true, right? We're going to check our work like this. We don't check it with this original one. This original one is gone, right? Because we rewrote it. So we write equal. That's what remember for positive 26 plus 26. So when you add these two numbers, 54 plus 26, we end up with 80. Sure do. 80 equals 80. Right? If 80 equals 80, then our answer is true. We're correct. Our answer is right spot on. Do me a favor. I know you finished quickly, and I'm glad that you understand the concept. Recheck all of your problems that you solved that you solved with a negative variable. Okay, and if you did what you did at number 8 originally, now you have the right sequence. Now you have the right steps. If it's still a little confusing, just call me over. Okay, I got you. Recheck your work. If you take a look at the handout for you, you can see that equations are very similar to what we've been working with. Except if you take them as one and read it out loud yourself. What happens? Like I mentioned earlier on, it doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter. That letter is representing an unknown. Right? This Q here is your unknown variable, and that's what we're looking for. Right? If it really bothers you, go ahead and replace it with an X. Okay? On your worksheet, this is number 1. Go ahead and clean up your work. Make sure that you know and you recognize what you're working with. This isn't a negative variable. This isn't a -4, but we do have a -14 that we're in order for me to get that 14 out of the way and leave this variable by itself, on the left side of the equal sign, what I'm going to do is add 14, right? So I'll add 14 here, cross cancel. What I did to this side of the equal sign, I must do to this side. So if I add 14 here, with your calculator or in your head, Q equals 18. Rewrite that Q because it bugged you and you wrote an X equals 18. But now our unknown variable has a value. Now we know that Q equals 18, right? Take a look at number 2. Is everybody okay with 1? You see how? Did you guys figure out how to get Q equal 18? All right, let's take a look at number 2. K plus 7 equals 14. K plus 7 equals 14. All right, now we don't have an X. We don't have a Q. This time we have a K. This is our unknown, right? Right. We want it isolated. We want it by itself on this side of the equal side. I gotta get rid of the 7 to get that K by itself, right? I know it's a positive 7. I know that's a positive 14. In order to get that 7 to turn into a 0, what should I do? If I have a plus 7 and I need 0, cancel it out. Negative 7, thank you. What I did to this side, I do to the other right. Good, and it's, we didn't punch a negative, we just punched in 14 minus 7, we're gonna end up with 7, right? K equals 7 on that particular one. Go ahead, you guys have about 20 minutes to work. Let's spend about a solid 10 minutes on this worksheet. I'll come around, if I see stuff, I'll help you out. Try to really focus on getting these done with what we've already got. All right, let's take a look at, where did we leave off yesterday? Yesterday we did really good, everybody. We did really good because we only worked on like maybe 3 or 4 of these. And we took up on one area. You guys a little break. Let's look at number 7. Let's look at number 7 on set 1. It reads like this. 12 minus x equals 5. All right. First thing I want to zone in on is that equal sign, right? Because I know that I need to isolate that